You just casually complained about working 9.96 every day while working overtime. Slaving away like a mule isn't as good as lying flat at home. The next second, you actually traveled to an era where everyone tamed spirit beasts and turned into an F-class spirit beast and awakened the lying flat system. You can get special rewards every day just by lying flat, just when you sighed you could finally slack off properly. The reincarnated human empress actually wants to contract you as her first battle pet, because she awakened the SS-class talent fortune beast pupil. After activating it, she saw you not only have golden fortune, but inside your body, there is also the extremely rare divine beast bloodline. Right now, on the spacious square, rows of iron cages are placed neatly, filled with all kinds of different spirit beasts. What kind of spirit beast is this? It's so cute. When passing through the F-class spirit beast area, Lin Shueyer's eyes lit up and squatted down in front of the iron cage holding you. You were quietly lying on the ground at that moment. Your chubby little body looked like a fluffy, glutinous rice dumpling, and you were sleeping soundly. Suddenly woken up by someone, you immediately glared at Lin Shueyer annoyedly. Then you rolled your chubby body over and turned your butt towards her. Shuyan, look, this little guy is even mad. He's cute even when he's angry. Hearing this, Luo Shuyan just glanced casually at you in the cage. He's really cute, that's for sure. But beast tamers value bloodline most when choosing spirit beasts. Cuteness won't make you a powerful beast tamer. Lin Shueyer obviously knows this too. Then she slowly stood up. Shuyan, let's go pick our spirit beasts too. If we're late, all the good ones will be taken by others. Lin Shueyer has B-class talent, so of course she needs to pick a B-class bloodline spirit beast to contract. Luo Shuyan nodded, although she looks down on these ordinary spirit beasts provided by the academy. But to become a beast tamer, you first have to sign a contract with a spirit beast. Then a glint of purple flashed in her eyes, and quietly activated her fortune, beast pupil. She still held a tiny bit of hope in her heart. What if among these ordinary spirit beasts, there's a hidden, high-level spirit beast with unawakened bloodline? You never know. Suddenly, a blinding golden light came into Luo Shuyan's view. Golden fortune. She froze on the spot for a moment. Even the SSS-class spirit beasts she contracted in her past life, the undying fire phoenix and the black tortoise, only had purple fortune. Thinking of this, Luo Shuyan's breath caught in her throat. Then she looked towards where the golden light came from. But the next second, her eyes suddenly went wide. That cute little white beast from just now actually has divine beast bloodline. This sudden stroke of luck made her feel dazed for a second. Even as a former empress, she'd searched the whole world and never encountered a divine beast. She never expected to find one at the Academy Square after rebirth. Shuyan, what's wrong with you? Hurry up, if we don't go pick now, all the good spirit beasts might get taken by others. Seeing Luo Shuyan frozen on the spot, Lin Shueyer yelled at her confusedly. Luo Shuyan finally snapped back to her senses. You go pick another spirit beast first. I suddenly think this spirit beast is pretty good. She pointed at you in the cage in front of her as she spoke, and said excitedly, as soon as she finished speaking, Lin Shueyer froze completely on the spot, her eyes full of disbelief. Shuyan, look carefully. This is the lowest F-class spirit beast. You're a genius with S-class talent. I know this spirit beast looks very cute. We're picking spirit beasts right now, not pets? As she said this, Lin Shueyer tugged hard on Luo Shuyan's arm, trying to drag her somewhere else. As Luo Shuyan's best friend, she would never let her best friend make such a stupid mistake. But Luo Shuyan stood still on the spot, not moving an inch. You go contract another spirit beast first. I'm picking this one this time. Her voice was very calm, with a hint of unquestionable firmness. Looking at her friend in front of her, Lin Shueyer couldn't help shaking her head. In her opinion, Luo Shuyan must have gone crazy. More and more people around were walking forward. Watching spirit beasts get picked one by one, Lin Shueyer started to get anxious. Fine, I hope you don't regret this, Shuyan. I'll go contract my spirit beast first. Seeing she couldn't persuade Luo Shuyan, Lin Shueyer could only run away helplessly. People passing by around looked at Luo Shuyan with weird expressions. After all, F-class spirit beasts are the lowest of the low. Another little girl tricked by appearances can't walk away when they see a cute spirit beast. What a total waste of talent. Tsk, pretty girl. Don't run into us later, yeah, or else. Your spirit beast probably won't be able to protect you. Hearing the teasing from people around, Luo Shuyan didn't care at all. As a former empress in her past life, her mind was far too steady for ordinary people to shake easily. Luo Shuyan had an idea and activated her level 1 talent. Beastar communication. Hey, little guy! Would you like to form a contract with me? Luo Shuyan squatted down and looked at Zhang Che with a sweet and gentle look on her face. Her tone was very soft. This beast star communication talent gives Luo Shuyan the ability to talk to spirit beasts. When it comes to forming contracts, this A-class talent is basically a huge help. Half asleep Jiang Che heard Luo Shuyan's words and felt really annoyed. Getting disturbed over and over again, he turned around unhappily, but what he saw first was a plump, snowy white chest. Whoa, I'm feeling a little dizzy. The half-squatting Luo Shuyan had her perfect figure outlined by her long dress, in every possible way. Besides, towards a spirit beast, she didn't have any guard up at all. Jiang Che couldn't help swallowing. Nice, way better than the last one I saw. But I've already reincarnated as a spirit beast, damn it. What do pretty girls have to do with me? Thinking of that, Jiang Che just plopped back down again. Can't even get a peaceful sleep. This is so annoying. Hearing Jiang Che mumble quietly, Luo Shuyan immediately looked apologetic. I'm so sorry, cutie, for disturbing your rest. To form a contract with this mysterious divine beast in front of her, Luo Shuyan didn't care about her former empress pride anymore. Right now, she was all smiles, her tone even a little ingratiating. Jiang Che, who had just turned around, was shocked by her words. You can understand what I'm saying. Jiang Che quickly turned back to look at Luo Shuyan and asked in shock. He'd transmigrated to this world quite a while ago, though he'd met lots of people during this time. Jiang Che was a spirit beast now. None of the passers-by could understand a word he said. Jiang Che never expected that he'd meet a human who could talk to him today, and a pretty one at that. Yep, I awakened the extreme power talent and beast star communication, which lets me talk to you. That's a talent no one else has. So what do you think? Interested. Luo Shuyan smiled confidently. This divine beast in front of her has hidden bloodline. Right now it's only F-class, so it probably hasn't developed full consciousness yet. In Luo Shuyan's opinion, since she could communicate with it now, forming a contract should be super easy. But to her surprise, Jiang Che's fluffy face actually showed a very human look of disgust. No way, I'm not signing. Whoever wants to sign can sign, not me. After transmigrating to this world, Jiang Che also got the memories of this world. He knew exactly what a contract meant. It meant he had to fight for the beast tamer. That's way worse than the labor dispatch jobs in his past life. It's a total scam. Basically, it's a slavery contract. I finally transmigrated to this world. Jiang Che had no intention of repeating his past mistakes and being an exploited worker again. Pfft, only an idiot would do that. Lying flat and taking it easy is the best way to live. I'm going to sleep now. Don't bother me again. With those words, Jiang Che turned right around to go back to sleep. Luo Shuyan was stunned for a second. She didn't expect this spirit beast to be so aloof. Her eyes actually lit up. No wonder it has divine beast bloodline. It's really out of the ordinary. No matter what, I, Luo Shuyan, have decided you're mine. Getting rejected again and again by Jiang Che didn't make Luo Shuyan angry at all. Instead, the corners of her mouth curved up in a smile. Divine beasts should have a divine beast's temper. Being aloof is totally normal for them. Luo Shuyan still remembered the 2 SSS-class bloodline spirit beasts she contracted in her past life. The Undying Fire Phoenix and the Black Tortoise. Those 2 SSS-class bloodline spirit beasts, even when they hadn't awakened their bloodline yet, cost her a lot of time and effort. She went through a lot of trouble for them. Now getting rejected by this divine beast bloodline spirit beast, in Luo Shuyan's eyes, is totally normal. The faint human-like impatient look that just flashed across Jiang Che's face was clearly noticed by Luo Shuyan, which made her even more certain this incredibly snow-white and super cute spirit beast is definitely not as simple as it looks. Then Luo Shuyan formed a spell seal with her right hand. A snow-white rune appeared right at her fingertips. The surrounding air at this moment seemed to tremble slightly. This very mysterious-looking rune is exactly the spirit seal for beast tamers to contract spirit beasts.
Hey, little guy.
Form a contract with me, okay? I'll definitely take good care of you. Luo Shuyan squatted down halfway and said in a soft, gentle voice, if anyone from her past life saw Luo Shuyan acting like this right now, their jaws would definitely drop in shock. That all-powerful, world-shaking, peerless empress who stood above millions of other people actually had such a humble and soft side. Although Luo Shuyan's voice was super gentle, it didn't move Jiang Che at all. Seeing that the spirit beast in front of her was still unmoved, Luo Shuyan glanced around cautiously and saw no one was paying attention to her. She quickly leaned close to Jiang Che's fluffy little ear and whispered in a tiny voice, hey little guy, to be honest with you, I'm actually a dual talent beast tamer. Besides this first rank talent, I have an even more powerful S-rank talent. Luo Shuyan's voice was full of confidence. Dual talent beast tamers on this continent are basically one of a kind. Someone with an S-rank talent is already a top-tier genius, and Luo Shuyan was straight up a prodigy among geniuses. In her past life, she relied on her dual talents to become the empress admired by all. Little guy you probably don't know yet. An S-rank beast tamer's future cultivation will improve at an insane speed. As my contracted spirit beast, we'll complement each other perfectly. And because of me, your rank will also skyrocket quickly. Beast tamers and spirit beasts actually affect each other mutually. A beast tamer's talent doesn't just apply to contracting spirit beasts, it's also super relevant to their own cultivation. The stronger a beast tamer's talent is, the faster their cultivation speed will be, obviously. Similarly, the spirit beast a beast tamer contracts. The higher its bloodline rank is, the bigger the boost it gives to the beast tamer. In her past life, Luo Shuyan used her S-rank talent to contract the SSS bloodline Immortal Fire Phoenix and Black Tortoise True Turtle. That's why her cultivation improved so rapidly, until she finally became the strongest human alive. Staring at this fluffy, super cute divine beast in front of her, there was a look in Luo Shuyan's eyes that was far more determined than someone her age should be. If she has a divine beast bloodline boost in this life, she'll definitely go further than she did in her past life. Maybe she can even defeat the demon clan's strongest in one go this time. As she was talking, Luo Shuyan also waved the silvery white glowing divine seal back and forth in front of Jiang Che's face. Low-level spirit beasts don't have fully developed intelligence, so they're super easy to lure. With this kind of luring method Luo Shuyan was using, if a curious spirit beast reached out subconsciously, it would form the contract instantly, but she had no idea. Jiang Che was no ordinary spirit beast. He had the soul of a full-grown adult. That silvery white rune did look pretty, but waving it back and forth in front of his face kept Jiang Che from getting any sleep. Are you done yet? Can a guy get some sleep around here? Jiang Che simply sat up straight and put on a super fierce look. But he forgot. Right now he looked like an incredibly cute spirit beast. In Luo Shuyan's eyes, the snow-white spirit beast was staring wide-eyed and pouting at her angrily. Its chubby little body looked just like a little snowball. It was so cute that Luo Shuyan's inner girl almost melted. How many times do I have to say no? Can't you understand spirit beast speech? Jiang Che's words snapped Luo Shuyan back to reality. She'd been rejected again. Luo Shuyan raised her eyebrows slightly. She had an S-rank talent for crying out loud, which was naturally attractive to spirit beasts. If it were an ordinary first-rank spirit beast, it wouldn't even wait for her to make the first move. It would have run right up to her on its own, rejecting her so coldly and calmly. It really did deserve to have divine beast bloodline. Luo Shuyan clenched her fists and got even more excited. So Luo Shuyan stayed right in front of Jiang Che, releasing the contract spirit seal, trying to win Jiang Che over. But 15 minutes passed and she still hadn't succeeded. Instead, Lin Xuer, who had left earlier, came bouncing over right now. Shuyan! Shuyan! Look, this is the spirit beast I just contracted. Lin Xuer's silvery bell-like voice rang out. Her tone was brimming with joy. Right at this moment, on Lin Xuer's slightly thin shoulders, lay an equally slender silver fox. Its silvery white fur under the sunlight reflected layers of bright shimmer. Its jet-black pupils were bright and alert, looking very intelligent. She walked up to Luo Shuyan. Lin Xuer held the silver fox in her arms. Shuyan, look quick. This is a B-class spirit fox. Luckily, I rushed over to form a contract with it just now, or someone else would have snatched it away. Lin Xuer's cheeks were flushed, slightly red from excitement, but then she noticed Luo Shuyan beside her was still squatting next to the cage, still holding contract spiritual power in her hand.
Shuyan, what are you doing?
Lin Xuer asked in confusion. My contract attempt failed, Luo Shuyan said in a very calm tone, as if she was talking about someone else's story. But when Lin Xuer beside her heard these words, she almost stumbled and fell. Lin Xuer's jaw dropped wide open. She glanced at Luo Shuyan, then glanced at Jiang Che, her face full of disbelief. She thought she must be having an auditory hallucination. Someone with A-class talent. Choosing to contract an F-class spirit beast is already crazy enough. The most ridiculous part is, they actually failed at it. Luo Shuyan stood up. Her gaze turned resolute. Seeing this, Lin Xuer finally breathed a small sigh of relief, then comforted her saying it's okay. Shuyan, it's a good thing you didn't succeed in the contract. Wasting your talent on this F-class spirit beast is such a terrible waste. I heard there are first-class spirit beasts up ahead. But Luo Shuyan had a soft smile on her pretty face. I've decided I'm going to buy this spirit beast directly. Luo Shuyan cut off Lin Xuer's words directly, her tone very firm. Right, let's just buy him. Wait a second, what did you just say? Lin Chuer, who was still comforting Luo Shuyan, cried out in shock. She had just thought Luo Shuyan had given up. She never expected. Luo Shuyan actually wanted to buy the spirit beast directly. Lin Chuer reached out and put her hand on Luo Shuyan's forehead. You don't have a fever. Shuyan, why are you talking nonsense today? Lin Chuer just felt her brain couldn't keep up with what was happening. Is this what the world of geniuses is like? They say geniuses are impossible for ordinary people to figure out. But this is way too unexpected. Lin Chuer quickly squatted down, looking Jiang Che up and down. She couldn't understand what charm this very cute-looking spirit beast could possibly have. But the only response Lin Chuer got was a huge eye roll from Jiang Che. What are you staring at, you flat-chested loser? He then turned around and pointed his butt at Lin Chuer. After a while, Luo Shuyan's teacher Lin Feng walked over towards them. How's it going? Everyone has succeeded in their contracts now, right? As he spoke, Lin Feng looked at Luo Shuyan with an expectant face. As someone with A-class talent, Luo Shuyan is basically the most outstanding genius in the class. Lin Feng had really high hopes for her. Shuyan, what spirit beast did you contract? Hearing Lin Feng's question, some of the surrounding students also looked over towards Luo Shuyan. After all, A-class talent is a total celebrity in the academy. Not to mention Luo Shuyan herself has looks and figure at campus belle level. It's hard for her not to draw attention. Everyone was busy contracting spirit beasts just now, so they didn't pay attention to Luo Shuyan. Under everyone's gaze, Luo Shuyan spoke very calmly. Teacher, I failed to contract a spirit beast. It's okay, this is a very normal thing. Wait a minute, what did you just say? Lin Feng froze on the spot, his face full of astonishment. He couldn't believe what he had just heard. If anyone else failed a contract, that's normal. But this is Luo Shuyan. Normal, my ass! Lin Feng's brain basically short-circuited for a moment. Before coming here, he had already thought some people would fail, but he never thought Luo Shuyan would be among the people who failed. A-class talent has a natural attraction to spirit beasts. Contract failures basically never happen. Under Lin Feng's repeated questioning, Luo Shuyan then told him everything that had just happened, all in full detail. After listening to Luo Shuyan's words, Lin Feng felt his brain was buzzing. An A-class genius failing a spirit beast contract is already wild enough. It was actually a contract attempt with an F-class spirit beast that failed. Lin Feng shook his head. He wondered if he was hearing things. He took a deep breath to calm himself down. An A-class talent failing a contract. Could this F-class spirit beast be something special? As he thought that, Lin Feng looked at the cage in Luo Shuyan's hand. Lin Feng looked totally confused at this moment, looking at that super cute Snow White spirit beast. He really couldn't figure out what was so special about this spirit beast. Lin Feng still wouldn't give up, and looked Jiang Che over carefully again. After double and triple checking, he realized it was really just a regular F-class spirit beast. Shuyan, can you tell the teacher why you picked this spirit beast? Because it's cute. Luo Shuyan's answer was very concise. After hearing what Luo Shuyan said, Lin Feng finally gave up all hope. He had no idea what to say for a moment. Seeing Lin Feng's expression, Luo Shuyan didn't care at all. This was all within her expectations. If a regular academy teacher could spot the hidden divine beast bloodline, she wouldn't have gotten this far. Teacher, I want to buy this spirit beast and take it home. As a responsible teacher, Lin Feng hurried to persuade her. Xian, you're not picking a pet right now. Just looking at appearance isn't enough. Xian, listen to what I say. We're choosing a spirit beast right now. This spirit beast is closely tied to your future cultivation. A beast tamer with first-class talent. If they contract an F-class spirit beast, that's basically wasting their talent for nothing. But a beast tamer with C-class talent, if they're lucky enough to contract a high-level spirit beast, then their future cultivation speed might even be faster than ordinary tamers. Lin Feng frowned. Speaking earnestly, as the top genius in the class, he really didn't want Luo Shuyan to waste her natural talent for nothing. But in response to Lin Feng's words, Luo Shuyan still didn't care at all. Teacher, I understand everything you're saying, but this spirit beast? I've made up my mind to take it. Luo Shuyan's tone was very firm. Looking into Luo Shuyan's eyes, Lin Feng felt a hint of uneasiness for no reason. That extremely determined gaze was completely unquestionable. It felt like the person standing in front of him right now was a super powerful superior. Seeing that he couldn't persuade Luo Shuyan, Lin Feng could only sigh helplessly. As your teacher, I've already done everything I can. If you're gonna insist on doing this, there's nothing else I can do. I just hope you know what you're getting into, and don't regret the decision you make today later on. With that, Lin Feng turned around and left with a dark face. A first-class talent who contracted an F-class spirit beast is even worse than a regular beast tamer. As for Luo Shuyan, Lin Feng had very high expectations for her. But now in his eyes, Luo Shuyan has no future at all. The surrounding academy students who were watching all found out right now that Luo Shuyan even failed to contract an F-class spirit beast. Their expressions were either mocking, sneering, or shocked. Is this the famous first-class, talented student everyone talks about? They even failed to contract an F-class spirit beast. That's freaking hilarious. It's good if you ask me. There must have been a mistake when they tested her talent before. This girl is probably a total loser. What? She actually picked an F-class spirit beast. She must have lost her mind. That's so ridiculous. Huh. Even if she's actually a genius, she'll just be a laughingstock loser in the future. Mocking laughter rose all around her. But Luo Shuyan didn't care about any of it. She was a female emperor in her past life. She's long ignored this kind of petty gossip. Looking at the mocking faces of the people around her, Luo Shuyan only let out a cold sneer. How can a sparrow understand the ambition of a swan? Ignoring everyone's sneers and dirty looks, Luo Shuyan carried the cage holding Jiang Che and walked up to the shop owner. Spirit beast prices are tied to their bloodline talent. Lowest tier ones like F-class spirit beasts aren't expensive at all. Luo Shuyan has outstanding talent. She's won a lot of scholarship money over the years at school, more than enough to buy an F-class spirit beast. As for Jiang Che, who was trapped in the cage, he sat up straight right now, watching everything that was happening around him. He was completely stunned. Wait, what the hell is going on? I just woke up, and I got sold just like that. At the gate of Zhanghai Beast Taming Academy, Luo Shuyan and Lin Xuer, who just bought a spirit beast, are walking out. Right now, Jiang Che is being held in Luo Shuyan's arms. His brain goes completely blank for a second. All this happened way too fast. He didn't even have time to process what was going on. Jiang Che originally thought as long as he didn't sign the contract, he could lie low and live a carefree life forever. But he forgot one thing. In this world, he is a spirit beast by identity. Judging from the current situation, he barely has any say in anything. The only thing that comforts Jiang Che a little is that he's finally free from the iron cage's restraints, because he looks unbelievably cute. Even Luo Shuyan, who was an empress in her past life, while holding Jiang Che, can't put him down for a second. Jiang Che was a regular corporate slave in his past life. When he was in school, he was busy getting all kinds of certificates. After he started working, he got exploited by his greedy boss. He worked overtime every single day just for a lousy salary. He never even got a chance to hang out with girls at all. He never expected after transmigrating to another world, even though he turned into a spirit beast. But he seems to have some sweet new perks now. So soft, and it even smells nice. That's a lovely milky scent. Jiang Che almost felt like crying for a second. Is this really the heavens? Compensating him for his miserable past life. At that thought, the disappointment Jiang Che felt about being sold faded a lot in an instant. Gotta say, no matter what time it is, pretty girls are the best cure for bad moods. Then Jiang Che shamelessly used his fluffy little head and nuzzled hard into Luo Shuyan's arms. His cheeky little move immediately made Luo Shuyan giggle nonstop. The silly, adorable Jiang Che looked extra cute. His little eyes were slightly squinted right now, looking just like two tiny crescent moons. This look completely melted the girlish hearts of Lin Xuer and Luo Shuyan. What Teacher Shuyan said is right. I think you should think this over carefully, Lin Xuer said as she unconsciously stroked Jiang Che's little head. There's no way around it. Jiang Che's new body after rebirth is just way too cute. Even though this little guy is super cute, he's only good for keeping as a pet. You must never take him as your contracted spirit beast. A hint of worry flashed across Lin Xuer's face. She really didn't want to see her good friend waste such a precious talent for nothing. Jiang Che just rolled his eyes hard at that. Want to keep me as a pet? No way in hell. Besides, you're looking down on me way too much, lady. You're petting me right now, and bad-mouthing me at the same time. Don't worry, I know what I'm doing. Hearing Lin Xuer's words, Luo Shuyan just said calmly. Seeing this, Lin Xuer could only sigh helplessly. She really couldn't understand why the usually smart Luo Shuyan was acting like she was possessed today. When they got back home, Luo Shuyan could no longer hide the excitement in her eyes. She put Jiang Che, who was in her arms, on the bed. Her eyes were literally sparkling. Her beautiful eyes were fixed firmly on Jiang Che, not blinking even once. Heh, my little cutie. From now on, you're mine. Looking at Luo Shuyan's burning gaze, Jiang Che couldn't help feeling a little scared. He even couldn't help backing away a little. Even though Luo Shuyan was definitely a total bombshell, that intense gaze of hers right now made Jiang Che's heart beat like crazy. What's with that look on this woman's face? She's not gonna do something weird to me, right? I'm just a spirit beast now. That look of yours is kinda scary, you know? Don't worry, little guy. As long as you stick with me, I'll definitely treat you well. When I get stronger later on, I'll definitely buy you lots of high-grade beast elixirs. You can eat as many as you want. Beast elixirs are made by alchemists. They're pills made specifically for contracted beasts. They can not only increase a spirit beast's strength, high-grade beast elixirs made with special spiritual herbs can even nourish a spirit beast's bloodline. For spirit beasts, beast elixirs are extremely precious treasures. Many powerful beast tamers, after they increase their own strength, will buy lots of beast elixirs to help their contracted spirit beasts improve their bloodline, so that they can increase their own strength as well. Luo Shuyan knew very well. Divine beasts have very unpredictable temperaments. Even divine beasts that haven't awakened their bloodline are far better than ordinary spirit beasts. From the moment she bought Jiang Che, Luo Shuyan had already decided to slowly build a relationship with Jiang Che. She refused to believe that with all her sweet gestures showered on him, she couldn't win Jiang Che over. In Luo Shuyan's opinion, Jiang Che was just a naive spirit beast who knew little of the world. Give it enough time, and he'll be hers for sure. But Luo Shuyan had no idea that the super cute spirit beast in her eyes had the soul of a grown man. On top of that, Jiang Che was a corporate slave who'd slaved away in the workplace for years. The most thing he got in his past life were empty promises from his boss. Now that he'd finally been reborn, he had zero intention of making the same mistake again. All the stuff Luo Shuyan said sounded way too familiar to him. He'd heard the same crap a million times in his past life. You're feeding me empty promises, huh? Nice try. You're just dreaming. The second Jiang Che was reborn, he'd already made up his mind. In this life, he swears to never fall for gambling, drugs, or empty promises. When night came, Luo Shuyan even ran a bath for Jiang Qi and carefully helped him bathe. Jiang Che really enjoyed that. He had to admit, hanging out with a pretty girl was really such a pleasant thing. Even though he couldn't do anything about it, it was still a feast for the eyes. Finally, to get closer to Jiang Che and build their bond, she even carried him to bed and slept with him in her arms. Luo Shuyan lay on the bed in her nightgown. Her great figure was perfectly outlined by the silk nightgown. A large expanse of fair skin was exposed on her chest. It was so bright it made Jiang Che a little dizzy. He couldn't leave anyway right now. So Jiang Che just buried his head right into her deep cleavage. Jiang Che never thought that the scenario he'd fantasized about a million times in his past life would actually happen to him after he was reborn. First time lying flat in the future female empress's arms. Reward, 10x boost, acquired divine. Beast Keelan, True Blood X1. Future female empress, Jiang Che, who was just about to fall asleep, was suddenly shocked by this system notification. Future female empress, is this woman a child of destiny? This hot chick is an empress. Jiang Che was totally shocked. He never expected that Luo Shuyan was also someone blessed with immense fortune. But Jiang Che quickly calmed down again. So what if she's an empress? She's just a tool person on my lie-flat journey. Besides, that's only in the future. She hasn't grown to full power yet. So she's no threat to me right now. She wants to sign a contract with me. Not a chance in hell. Jiang Che had already made up his mind. After being reborn, he was determined to keep lying flat no matter what. Even an empress can't stop him. The night passed really fast. That was the most comfortable night's sleep Jiang Che had ever had. Having a beautiful woman in his arms was something he'd only dreamed of before. Jiang Che felt like his whole body was filled with a soft, milky scent. It was really hard to resist. Luo Shuyan finished washing up and greeted Jiang Che very gently, only to get the usual cold shoulder from Jiang Che. But Luo Shuyan didn't mind at all. The moment she decided to buy Jiang Che, she'd already prepared for a long battle. She changed into a new set of clothes, then headed out to buy groceries. As the sound of the door closing echoed, Jiang Che sat up abruptly. He confirmed Luo Shuyan had left. Shasta took a deep breath to calm down his excitement. With a thought from Jiang Che, a drop of golden blood appeared in front of him. The moment this drop of blood appeared, the room was instantly filled with flashes of divine light. The whole room was covered in golden light. The air around even started to tremble, as if it couldn't withstand the divine beast's pressure. The sacred aura of the Keelan hit him straight in the face, and Jiang Che's breath caught in his throat for a second. The divine beast's pressure lived up to its reputation. Jiang Che focused his gaze and looked over. He saw that inside this drop of blood, he could see a tiny shadow of a Keelan. The purple Keelan was roaring up at the sky, as if it possessed godly power that could shake the heavens and earth. Even though there was only one drop of Keelan true blood, it was still incredibly precious. With just another thought from Jiang Che, the drop of Qilin True Blood flew straight towards him. As the Qilin True Blood got closer, Jiang Che felt like an endless amount of pressure was pushing down on him. All his bones started creaking. Jiang Che was shocked for a moment. He never thought a single drop of blood could have such terrifying power. Jiang Che couldn't even imagine how powerful a real Qilin divine beast could actually be. Before Jiang Che could react to this drop of Qilin blood, it directly fused into his body. In an instant, surging blood energy flooded every part of Jiang Che's body. Jiang Che's eyes flew wide open. A unique oppressive aura emanated from his body. His originally tiny snow-white body, at this very moment, seemed to exude the aura of a superior being. The moment the blood fused with him, Jiang Che felt like he had become the master of the entire world. In a daze, he seemed to see a purple gold Qilin. Its colossal body was hundreds of zhang tall. Just standing there was enough to intimidate every living being in the world. Its purple gold scales reflected the sunlight and glowed brightly. Its whole body was shrouded in a sacred purple divine glow. Along with the surging Qilin blood energy, it kept circulating through his body. All his bones, meridians, flesh, and blood were baptized and tempered at this moment. This process was extremely painful. Jiang Che felt like every bit of his flesh had been torn apart and reassembled. All his bones felt like they'd been smashed by a giant hammer. Before they started growing back again, it hurt like hell, so freaking bad. Cold sweat had already soaked Jiang Che's entire body. Luckily, this Qilin True Blood, probably because it was a gift from the system, fused extremely quickly. It was fully absorbed in the blink of an eye. All that unbearable pain vanished in an instant too. In its place was a soothing feeling like soaking in a hot spring. Jiang Che opened his eyes. Inside his originally pitch-black pupils, a streak of purple divine light flashed past. You could almost see a tiny Qilin shadow in there. Feeling how powerful his body now was, Jiang Che couldn't help but curl the corners of his mouth upwards. All his flesh and blood had been enhanced, though his appearance hadn't changed at all. He was completely different from before. This time, refining the Qilin True Blood pushed Jiang Che's level straight up to level 10. Not just that, he also got an extremely powerful divine ability, Qilin Step, the innate divine ability of the Qilin divine beast. Jiang Che felt like he was stuck in an illusion right now. In front of him, an extremely majestic giant Qilin appeared. As the Qilin took one step forward, its figure vanished instantly and appeared at the edge of the sky the next second. Jiang Che focused and looked over. He saw all living beings kneeling down one after another. This is a domain skill. Take one step. Release the Qilin's power. Suppress all living beings within range. The steps can also stack. Nice, so nice. No pain, no gain, that's for sure. Jiang Che's eyes were literally sparkling. He never expected the system's reward would be this generous and precious. I told you lying flat is the way to go. Only an idiot would sign a contract. Sitting on the bed, Jiang Che had the urge to roar up at the sky. His eyes were already filled with tears. His past life was so freaking miserable. He worked overtime every day just to make ends meet. He had to deal with a greedy scumbag boss and terrible coworkers that he wanted to beat the crap out of. But after he was reborn, the life where he can level up just by lying flat is exactly what he's always dreamed of. Even though sleeping in Luo Shuyan's arms makes him feel suffocated from her chest pressing against him. But for these rewards, Jiang Che thinks he can put up with it for a while. Over the next few days, Luo Shuyan kept making all kinds of delicious food for Jiang Che. She also helped comb his fur and held Jiang Che in her arms to sleep every night. Ding! Lying flat in the future Empress's arms. Reward, skill, Eye of Fear. Ding! Lying flat next to the future Empress. Reward, 5,000 EXP. After a few days, Jiang Che got a ton of rewards. Jiang Che couldn't help but sigh. People with world-class great luck are really something else. Even he can get so many rewards just by staying by her side. He summoned the system. Jiang Che checked his current status. Name, Jiang Che, level 11. EXP, 5,000, 8,000. Bloodline, Qilin Divine Beast. Purity, unspecified. Skills, Nether Dash, Eye of Fear, Qilin Step. In just a few days, his level shot straight up to level 11. Lying flat really is the best way to go. Signing contracts and all that crap has nothing to do with me. Luo Shuyan was lying on the bed. After these past few days of interaction, she thought the spirit beast in front of her should already be quite familiar with her, just thinking about contracting a divine beast bloodline. Luo Shuyan was so excited she could barely control herself. Her scorching gaze. Jiang Che was so creeped out by her stare. Luo Shuyan looked at Jiang Che beside her. She narrowed her eyes slightly. She formed the spirit contract seal again. Hey, little guy, what do you say? Come make a contract with me? Jiang Che just curled his lip at that and turned her down straight away. Jokes aside, sleeping with you is already my bottom line. You still want me to sign a contract? Sell myself? No way in hell. Though she'd already expected this outcome. Getting rejected over and over again still left Luo Shuyan feeling a little frustrated. After thinking it over again and again, she finally made up her mind. Luo Shuyan bent down and leaned right in front of Jiang Che. To form a contract with a divine beast, she was gonna go all out. Hey, little guy, I'll tell you a secret. I'm actually a reborn person. Luo Shuyan's eyes were sparkling bright right now. Even under the dim night lights, you could still see her bright, beautiful eyes. Being a reborn person, for Luo Shuyan, is definitely her biggest secret. Life and death has always been a topic no one can escape, be it regular, ordinary people, or top-tier powerhouses with terrifying strength. In the end, no one can escape the fate of turning to dust. Even Luo Shuyan, who was a peerless empress in her past life, couldn't transcend life and death either. If people found out she was a reborn person, Luo Shuyan could just imagine what kind of fate would be waiting for her. For the sake of her rebirth secret, no one would care about Luo Shuyan's life at all. As an empress in her past life, she'd long since seen how evil human hearts can be. In this life, Luo Shuyan will never put her life in anyone else's hands ever again. She'd originally made up her mind that she would never reveal a single thing about her being a reborn person. But right now, to contract a divine beast, Luo Shuyan was fully going all out. Even as an empress in her past life, she'd spent her entire life without finding a single trace of a divine beast. Now that she'd finally been reborn, she actually got this lucky and ran into a divine beast that hasn't awakened its bloodline yet. In Luo Shuyan's eyes, this is literally a gift of fate from the heavens. She absolutely had to seize this chance. To gain Jiang Che's trust, to sign a contract with this mysterious divine bloodline beast in front of her, Luo Shuyan was even willing to reveal her biggest secret of being a reborn person. Contracting an SSS rank spirit beast in her past life allowed her to grow to the point where, hearing this news from her, Jiang Che was completely stunned. Reborn person? He stared at Luo Shuyan in front of him. Jiang Che felt his heart suddenly skip a beat. Whether Luo Shuyan was actually a reborn person, he couldn't be sure. But Jiang Che himself is a reborn person. Whoa, holy crap! No wonder the system said this busty girl is the future empress. That makes sense now. She's an empress. And a reborn person. She's literally stacked with all the buffs possible. Looks like this woman is definitely the chosen one of this world. Jiang Che's heart was pounding like crazy. His dark eyes even widened slightly without him noticing. Looking at Jiang Che's shocked face, a flicker of smugness crossed Luo Shuyan's mind. So, what if you're a divine beast? You probably didn't even know reborn people exist, right? So what do you say, little guy? Pretty shocked and surprised, huh? Luo Shuyan smiled softly. Her voice sounded like silver bells. She held Jiang Che right in front of her. The warm breath from her nose and mouth blew on Jiang Che's face, made Jiang Che's heart race instantly. Don't worry, I can promise you. As long as you form a contract with me, in the future, I will definitely help you grow into a real divine beast. Having divine beast bloodline and being an actual divine beast are two completely different things. To become a truly powerful divine beast, you have to make the concentration of the divine beast bloodline in your body reach a certain level first. Once a spirit beast's divine beast bloodline is strong enough, it can go through a metamorphosis and evolve into a real divine beast. This process might be a little long, but the qualitative change from quantitative accumulation will be extremely terrifying. SSS rank spirit beasts aren't unbeatable either. Even the two SSS rank spirit beasts Luo Shuyan had in her past life had tons of strong opponents that gave her headaches. But truly powerful divine beasts are as rare as hen's teeth. Even that saying doesn't do it justice for how rare and precious divine beasts really are. Luo Shuyan looked at Jiang Che full of confidence. Everything she was saying right now was totally worth its weight in gold. Come on, who's ever met a reborn person? Who's ever even gotten close to a reborn empress? In Luo Shuyan's opinion, no spirit beast could possibly turn her down right now. But after Jiang Che got over his surprise, he totally disagreed with this idea. He still shook his head very firmly and turned down the offer that, for other spirit beasts, the identity of a reincarnator is quite tempting. But Jiang Che was definitely not one of them. He only needs to chill out, and he can keep leveling up to become a divine beast. Why would he sign a contract with someone and get stuck with a slavery contract? The past few days staying with Luo Shuyan, Jiang Che got a lot of good stuff, especially the Qilin True Blood. which will greatly boost his physical strength and constitution by a huge margin. For Jiangche, he doesn't need to sign a contract with a beast tamer at all. As long as he keeps chilling like this, he will become a divine beast sooner or later. But Jiangche had to admit, the chosen one is really something else. Chilling by Luo Shuyan's side these days, the rewards he got were really generous. Jiangche even got a little addicted to it for a while. As the old saying goes, it's easy to go from frugality to luxury, but hard to go the other way around. All these rewards he gets from staying with Luo Shuyan are way better than when he was stuck in a cage before. If right now, Kyosha had to go back to that boring old life he had before crossing over, and couldn't even get enough to eat, he'd probably go crazy for real. I can sign a contract with you, but I have a few conditions. If you can agree to them, I'll sign the contract with you. After thinking it over for a long time, Jiangche said in a deep voice after hearing what he said. Luo Shuyan got super excited right away. Name your terms as long as we can sign the contract. Whatever conditions you have, I'll agree to all of them. Looking at how excited Luo Shuyan was, Jiangche spoke slowly. My conditions are actually pretty simple. We won't have a master-servant relationship, even if we sign the contract. You are not my master. In his past life, Jiangche had suffered a lot from being exploited by scumbag bosses. What's more, the relationship between beast tamers and spirit beasts isn't equal to begin with. If a beast tamer dies, their contracted spirit beast dies too. But if the spirit beast gets into an accident, the beast tamer only suffers a big loss of energy. After hearing Jiangche's request, Luo Shuyan nodded and agreed without any hesitation. Don't worry, since I'm a reincarnator. I've mastered an ancient contract method. If we sign this contract, the relationship between the spirit beast and the beast tamer will be completely equal. Second, don't pick fights with people for no reason. Don't try to be a hero when you run into trouble. Run away first if there's danger. Besides, Jiangche just wants to chill. He doesn't want to risk his life for no reason. Wait, how many conditions do you have anyway? Listening to Jiangche's words, Luo Shuyan was a little speechless. Luo Shuyan originally thought that someone with divine beast bloodline would be super domineering and powerful. But this spirit beast in front of her seems a little too timid. Do you agree or not? Noticing the impatience in Jiangche's tone, Luo Shuyan nodded and agreed right away. Okay. As long as you sign the contract with me, I'll agree to everything. Third, you have to give me 3 good meals a day. You can't skip a single day. A spirit beast will never sign a contract, unless you cover food and accommodation. After hearing this condition from Jiangche, Luo Shuyan couldn't hold it back, and burst out laughing. Looking at this rare snow-white spirit beast in front of her, Luo Shuyan found it cuter the more she looked at it. For Jiangche's third condition, she agreed without any hesitation at all. Forget about making good food every day. If those powerful cultivators found out about the divine beast bloodline's whereabouts, they'd probably feed it tons of high-grade spirit beast pills every day, and that wouldn't even be a problem. To be able to contract a divine beast, even if she had to be a cook, it wouldn't be a big deal. Seeing that, Jiaxia nodded in satisfaction. Luo Shuyan took a deep breath to calm down the joy in her heart. She'd waited for so long, and the day finally came. Right now, Luo Shuyan's pretty face was slightly red from excitement. The smile on the corner of her mouth couldn't be suppressed no matter how hard she tried. Divine beasts only exist in legends. Being able to contract a being with divine beast bloodline, Luo Shuyan couldn't even imagine how strong she would become in the future, plus all the experience she had from her past life. Luo Shuyan will definitely live a much more brilliant life this time. She let out a long breath. Luo Shuyan formed hand seals with both hands as a mysterious rune appeared right in the middle of her forehead. This rune and the contract mark Luo Shuyan formed earlier don't look the same at all. The mark glows with a faint pink light. The surrounding air fluctuates even more violently. Luo Shuyan held this spirit contract seal and brought it in front of Jiangche, staring at Jiangche with eyes full of excitement. This time, Jiangche finally didn't refuse again. He leaned his tiny body forward slightly and touched the mark with his forehead. The mysterious mark melted like ice and snow right before their eyes and merged into Jiangche's body. The next second, Jiangche felt that between him and Luo Shuyan in front of him, there seemed to be a strange new connection. The contract was finally signed successfully. Luo Shuyan was over the moon with excitement, even though she was an empress in her past life and went through all kinds of experiences later and got the chance to live again. She still couldn't control her excitement right now. Luo Shuyan reached out her hand directly and pulled Jiangche right into her arms and gave him a big smooch. This sudden move caught Jiangche completely off guard and confused him. That was so cringy. Jiangche rolled his eyes at Luo Shuyan Then, he wiped the saliva off his face with a look of disgust. He let this woman take advantage of him again without paying attention. Sure, she's a pretty girl. Even her saliva smells nice. But I'm not that easy of a spirit beast. After absorbing the real Kilin blood, Jiang Che had no changes to his physical appearance. He still looked like that mysterious snow-white little beast. Right now, Jiang Che was being held in Luo Shuiyan's arms. His tiny body was forced to curl up into a ball. Luo Shuiyan looked at Jiang Che in her arms, like he was a little glutinous rice dumpling, or a pure white Edelweiss flower. Right now, his tiny black eyes were filled with very human-like disgust. He was using his fluffy little paws to keep wiping his cheeks. Even though Jiang Che's eyes were full of disgust, Luo Shuiyan just ignored his look completely. Because right now, Jiang Che was way too adorable. Luo Shuiyan, who was holding Jiang Che, saw this and couldn't hold back anymore, and showered him with another round of kisses. Jiang Che could barely keep his eyes open from all the kissing. Jiang Che squinted his eyes and looked up just as another pair of red lips kissed him. He really couldn't keep up with all this. He wanted to reach out and stop her. But right now, Jiang Che's body was still just a little thing like an Edelweiss. His fluffy little paw hadn't even finished reaching out before Luo Shuiyan grabbed it and put it right in her palm and squeezed and rubbed it hard. This scene made Jiang Che remember a stray cat he adopted in his past life. It seemed like back then, he treated that stray cat exactly the same way. Jiang Che thought, what goes around comes around, huh? Whatever. If I can't fight it, I might as well just enjoy it. Early next morning, Jiang Che was lying on the bed and stretched very comfortably. I gotta admit, sleeping next to a pretty girl really makes you feel good physically and mentally, except when Luo Shuiyan holds me in her arms. It's a little hard to breathe. Wait, Jiang Che's ear twitched. He looked up towards the door. A young girl was just pushing open the door and walking inside. It was Lin Shuier, who he had met before. Lin Shuier was holding the silver fox she had signed a contract with earlier in her arms. The silver fox was so cute, Lin Shuier couldn't stop holding it. Plus, they had just signed the contract to improve their bond and understanding of each other. Lin Shuier brought the silver fox with her everywhere she went. The reason Lin Shuier came this time was originally to ask about Luo Shuiyan's spirit beast contract. After all, Luo Shuiyan was her good friend, and also the most talented genius in the class. Lin Shuier really didn't want to see her good friend ruin herself over a wrong decision. But after talking to her, she found out that Luo Shuiyan really did sign a contract with Jiang Che. This made Lin Shuier really angry. Looking at Luo Shuiyan sitting calmly on the bed, Lin Shuier felt frustrated that she wouldn't listen to reason. Shuiyan, why won't you listen to advice? You're ruining your own future by doing this. This is just an F-class spirit beast. Signing a contract with him is never going to get you anywhere. After hearing what Lin Shuier said, Luo Shuiyan just shook her head lightly. Shuier, I know you're looking out for me, but you'll understand some things later on. Just as Lin Shuier and Luo Shuiyan were talking, that snow-white silver fox jumped out of Lin Shuier's arms and walked step by step to Jiang Che because they signed a contract with a beast tamer. A spirit beast intelligence will increase greatly. Right now, seeing this F-rank spirit beast of Jiang Che, the silver fox's face was full of contempt. The silver fox had a crafty glint in its eyes. It circled Jiang Che 3 times left and 3 times right, and even stepped forward from time to time, stretching out its paw to prod Jiang Che. It clearly didn't take Jiang Che seriously at all. Jiang Shu had originally planned to keep sleeping, but he was extremely annoyed by this silver fox. Lin Shuier was chattering away beside him. He was already annoyed enough. Who knew this spirit beast was as annoying as its owner? Facing the silver fox's provocation, Jiang Shu didn't move an inch. He only slightly opened his eyes. In his jet-black pupils, a cold glint of spirit bloodline aura flashed past. It was only slightly released, and the silver fox immediately went limp with fear, collapsing to the ground. It buried its head and started trembling violently. Hey Yin, what's wrong with you? Noticing the silver fox's current state, Lin Shuier was startled and hurriedly picked it up. While Luo Shuiyan glanced over at Jiang Che, as the Empress herself, she naturally knew this was the result of demon beast bloodline suppression. Is this the pressure of a divine beast? It's really impressive. Am I that scary? This little fox is way too timid. Jiang Che only gave a single glance and scared the silver fox so badly it couldn't even stand up. Lin Shuier, who had no idea what was going on, right now seeing the spirit beast she just contracted, had ended up in this state. She was extremely anxious for a moment and quickly hugged the silver fox in her arms and started checking it carefully. But what confused Lin Shuier was she checked the silver fox's body carefully all over, but didn't find a single trace of injury. There wasn't even a single bruise anywhere on its body. This made Lin Shuer very confused. Why was this B-rank silver fox acting so abnormal? Watching Lin Shuer hold the silver fox in her arms, Jiang Che raised an eyebrow slightly. Then he lifted his head and happened to meet Luo Shuyan's gaze. Luo Shuyan was also very tactful and immediately picked Jiang Che up and held him in her arms. Jiang Che had already reined in his Qilin bloodline aura. Right now, he looked completely harmless and extremely cute. Held in Luo Shuyan's arms, Jiang Che even rubbed against her hard. After shifting his position a bit, he directly rested his head on her soft chest. This spot is way softer. As Jiang Che withdrew the Qilin's pressure, the silver fox that had been scared limp gradually recovered a bit of its strength. Right now, in Lin Shuer's arms, it could already barely stand up. But Lin Shuer noticed that for some reason, the silver fox's mental state was way worse than before. After glancing at Jiang Che, it immediately got so scared it buried its head in Lin Shuer's arms and refused to lift it no matter what. Lin Shuer, who originally planned to persuade Luo Shuyan a bit more, was in a really bad mood right now. She had wanted to advise her good friend to be careful when choosing a spirit beast, but she didn't expect she was already too late. Luo Shuyan, who has top-tier first-class talent, actually contracted an F-rank spirit beast. In the future, she's definitely going to be the joke of Zhanghai Beast Taming Academy. Even if Luo Shuyan has exceptional talent, with a spirit beast that holds her back, her cultivation will also be dragged down. Even if she can become a beast tamer, she's definitely not going to achieve anything great. Worst of all, she didn't even succeed in persuading anyone. She even got her own spirit beast messed up. For this newly contracted B-rank silver fox, Lin Shuer cherished it a lot in her heart. Now that the silver fox was in this state, Lin Shuer had no desire to stay here any longer. Forget it, Shuyan. I've already told you everything I needed to say. Since you insist on doing what you want, then there's nothing I can do about it. Lin Shuer looked at the calm-faced Luo Shuyan and could only heave a heavy sigh. She really couldn't understand why Luo Shuyan had changed so much these past few days. Lin Shuer's gaze shifted to Jiang Che again. Her eyes were full of confusion. She carefully looked him over several times. Jiang Che, who looked like a snow velvet flower. Lin Shuer really couldn't figure it out. How could a spirit beast that's only good for being cute have such magic that could attract Luo Shuyan? Shuyan, whatever you choose, as your contracted spirit beast, is your own freedom. Even if I don't understand it, I can't force you to change your mind. But don't you forget, the Academy's big tournament is in a month. You can't actually be planning to rely on this little guy to join the tournament, right? Looking at Jiang Che, who was still squinting and sleeping, Lin Shuer really couldn't imagine what it would look like if he showed up on the battle stage. Don't tell me, is he really going to rely on his super cute appearance to make his opponent forfeit the match voluntarily? Speaking of cuteness, Lin Shuer had to admit, Jiang Che looked so unbearably adorable. Right now, Jiang Che was curled up in Luo Shuyan's arms. Just like a little glutinous rice dumpling, Lin Shuer couldn't even take her eyes off him. She subconsciously reached out her hand and started stroking Jiang Che's forehead. That soft, fluffy fur felt really nice to the touch. It's just a shame, though. F-class spirit beasts don't have much combat power, let alone one that only knows how to act cute. On the other side, Luo Shuyan heard what Lin Shuer said and froze for a second. The Academy tournament in a month. This Academy tournament is mainly targeted at new beast tamers. Through the matches, it can boost the rapport between spirit beasts and their tamers. It also lets us do a preliminary check of the talent and strength of both tamers and their spirit beasts, and if you can rank among the top. In the Beast Tamer tournament, the sect gives out all kinds of rewards every year. Lin Shuer saw that Luo Shuyan was dazed for a moment, then sighed helplessly. In Lin Shuer's opinion, Luo Shuyan had probably just realized that if she only relies on an F-class spirit beast, for the sect tournament, she's definitely gonna lose. No questions asked. But Lin Shuer had no idea. The main reason Luo Shuyan was zoned out wasn't that she was worried about Jiang Che's combat power. This tournament is only for newbies after all. If I bring a being with divine beast bloodline to compete, isn't that bullying them a little too much? Looking at Jiang Che's dumb cute face, Luo Shuyan's lips curled into a small smile. Even though Jiang Che has divine beast bloodline, it's still in the unawakened stage right now. As for the upcoming tournament, Luo Shuyan wasn't entirely sure what to expect either. Whatever, worst case, I just won't let this little guy fight. Those guys from our academy are nothing, even if I don't have my contracted spirit beast to help. With just my own strength, I can beat all of them easily. Luo Shuyan's tone was full of confidence. In her past life, she was an empress. She knows way more than just taming spirit beasts. She went through all kinds of hardships in her past life. Dealing with these newbie beast tamers now, I've more than enough confidence for that. Shuyan, I think you should think this through carefully. There's still a month left before the tournament. While you still have time, if it really doesn't work out, just get another spirit beast. Before she left, Lin Chuer couldn't help but turn around and advised her worriedly, with Luo Shuyan's talent, an F-class spirit beast is just gonna hold her back in the future. You haven't been contracted for very long yet. You can totally terminate the contract. Why is this woman so annoying every time we meet? Jiang Che frowned slightly. He let out a tiny wisp of his overpowering aura again. The silver fox, who had just calmed down, immediately puffed up its fur again, trembling all over uncontrollably, huddling in Lin Xuer's arms, shaking violently. Yin, what's wrong with you? Don't scare me like that. Something was wrong with the silver fox. Lin Xuer was so anxious, her voice was shaking like she was about to cry. Xuer, is your spirit fox sick? You should go get it checked out. Luo Shuyan was afraid that Lin Xuer's spirit beast would get traumatized by Jiang Che, so she hurriedly urged her to leave. Oh, is the little guy mad? Don't worry, I'd never leave you. Hearing that, Jiang Che couldn't help but roll. His eyes, I just think Lin Xuer is way too noisy. You're so full of yourself, you know that. Even though Jiang Che looked super cold and uninterested, Luo Shuyan was actually really happy inside. She had no idea what Jiang Che was thinking. She just thought that because Lin Xuer kept telling her to abandon her spirit beast, Jiang Che was upset about it. She thought Jiang Che did that because he was jealous. Luo Shuyan picked Jiang Che up and kissed him right on the head. That night, Luo Shuyan kept her earlier promise and made a whole table of delicious food again. Faced with all this good food, Jiang Che ate everything that came his way, scarfing it all down like a tornado until there was nothing left. Even Luo Shuyan was a little surprised. Jiang Che looked so small, but he was a total bottomless pit after he was full and had enough to drink. Jiang Che flopped onto the bed, patting his slightly swollen belly, and even let out a burp. Every day I get weighted on hand and foot. This slacking off life is so freaking nice. Jiang Che lay on the bed, feeling super excited for a moment. This kind of scene was something he only ever dreamed of in his past life. It really made him thrilled. Seeing how cute Jiang Che looked, Luo Shuyan couldn't help but laugh a little. How are you doing, little guy? Are you full? As she spoke, Luo Shuyan picked up a few pieces of paper and wiped Jiang Che's mouth very gently. Just so-so. Barely passable. Jiang Che squinted comfortably and asked, do you have a name? Jiang Che, I'm Jiang Che. Wait, you actually have a name. Luo Shuyan paused what she was doing and looked at Jiang Che with eyes full of surprise. Originally, Luo Shuyan just wanted to follow the usual process, to boost mutual communication and rapport, according to the usual steps for contracting spirit beasts. Beast tamers always give their spirit beasts a name. This is something that's supposed to be done right after signing the contract. But earlier, Luo Shuyan was way too excited that she got to sign a contract with a being that has divine beast bloodline. This is something countless powerful people dream of. Luo Shuyan was no exception. She was so excited she even forgot to name Jiang Che. She only remembered it right now. Just now, Luo Shuyan was only following the set process to bring up the next topic, that's all. But she never expected this super cute F-rank spirit beast in front of her actually has its own name already, and the name sounds just like a human's name. Luo Shuyan looked Jiang Che up and down, her face full of shock. No wonder it's a legendary divine beast. It's really out of the ordinary. It even picked a name for itself. And you even picked a human name, little guy Jiang Che.
Hey, little guy.
I don't think Jiang Che sounds that great. How about I pick a new name for you? You'll be called Xiaobai from now on. This name sounds nice and is super easy to remember. Luo Shuyan ignored Jiang Che's speechless face and directly decided on Jiang Che's new name. In her past life, Luo Shuyan also gave pet names to the undying fire phoenix and the black tortoise true turtle. They were Little Fiery and Little Torty. She thought these names sounded really warm, but Jiang Che didn't agree at all. He rolled his eyes hard at Luo Shuyan, then shook his head rapidly to show his dissatisfaction and protest. The name Xiaobai was way too familiar to Jiang Che. Lots of pets had this name in his past life. Jiang Che never thought the tables would turn, and now he's the one stuck with this name. But in the face of Jiang Che's protest, Luo Shuyan just completely ignored it and looked at Jiang Che with a big smile on her face. Xiaobai, look how excited you are. Looks like you love this name too, huh? Since you like it so much. It's settled then. I'll call you Xiaobai from now on. Faced with Luo Shuyan's arbitrary decision, Jiang Che realized he didn't really have any right to fight back. Jiang Che couldn't figure out how this silly girl in front of him ever became an empress. The name Xiaobai doesn't sound intimidating at all. Is this really the kind of name a reborn person would come up with Zhang Che wanted to protest again, but his current reaction only looked cute to Luo Shuyan, nothing more. After fighting for a while, in the end, Zhang Che could only accept his new name helplessly. Xiaobai, I'm gonna teach you a supreme divine skill now. You have to learn it carefully, okay? You should still remember, I'm a reborn person. The skill I'm teaching you now can help you activate the divine beast bloodline in your body. The beast god art was a supreme divine skill Luo Shuyan, found in a secret realm in her past life. This skill is split into the beast tamer volume and the spirit beast volume. When used together, they can speed up the cultivation of both the beast tamer and the spirit beast. Of course, besides that, the beast god art has many other great uses. By practicing the beast god art, beast tamers and spirit beasts level up much faster, and their physical strength also increases greatly. In her past life, Luo Shuyan only got the beast god art by a lucky coincidence, which allowed her Undying Fire Phoenix and Black Tortoise True Turtle to constantly improve their bloodlines. Though they can't compare to actual divine beasts, they're still way stronger than ordinary spirit beasts. Hearing the name Beast God Art, Zhang Che immediately lost all sleepiness. He quickly opened his eyes and sat up, feeling completely energized. Though Zhang Che didn't know the exact rank of this skill, anything named after the beast god must be really impressive. No wonder she's the reborn empress. A chosen one really is something else. I hit the jackpot this time. Feeling the mystery and power of the beast god art, Zhang Che thought at that moment, being called Xiaobai isn't so bad after all. But as soon as this thought popped up, Zhang Che's path hard. Pfft, I'm gonna take it easy this life. How could I? Suddenly I have the urge to put in effort again. Cultivation techniques and all that stuff have nothing to do with me. I won't practice any divine art no matter what. Zhang Che sighed. Even after being reborn, his inherent archery trait doesn't seem to have fully disappeared. Luo Shuyan just took out one cultivation technique, and it actually roused his motivation to cultivate. That's so unacceptable. Right at this moment, a voice suddenly rang out in Zhang Che's mind. Ding! Congratulations to the host for learning the beast god art. To not delay the host from continuing to lie flat, AFK function is now activated. Zhang Che was overjoyed. He never expected this system to be so thoughtful. It even lets you AFK for cultivation. That was exactly what Zhang Che wanted. That means he can cultivate even while he's fast asleep. This system is so user-friendly, even when he's sleeping. His cultivation level keeps improving. The AFK cultivation speed is even no slower than other spirit beasts training hard. At this thought, Zhang Che couldn't stop the corner of his mouth from rising. His tiny eyes were even filled with tears of joy. This is the life he's always dreamed of. Lying flat is the only right way to go. I get a second chance at life. Hard work and cultivation can stay far away from me. All the tiring hard stuff should be left to Luo Shuyan the Beast Tamer. She can handle it herself. Just as Zhang Che was marveling at how thoughtful the system was, Luo Shuyan was looking at Zhang Che with an excited face. Xiaobai, you have to practice the beast god art well. When I get strong enough, I'll take you to travel the mainland for training. Having successfully contracted Zhang Che, who has divine beast bloodline, Luo Shuyan was now full of ambition. In her past life, she was an empress. She never lacked the courage and confidence to start over. Now, with all the experience and knowledge from her past life, plus this powerful spirit beast with divine beast bloodline, Luo Shuyan couldn't help but smile. This is such an unbeatable starting line. In this world, the ranks of beast tamers include Junior Beast Tamer, Intermediate Beast Tamer, Senior Beast Tamer, Level 0 Beast Tamer, King Rank Beast Tamer, Emperor Rank Beast Tamer, Sovereign Rank Beast Tamer, Saint Rank Beast Tamer, D Rank Beast Tamer. The corresponding Spirit Beast ranks go from Tier 1 to Tier 9. Level 10 is Tier 1. Levels 11 to 20 are Tier 2, and so on. The higher the rank, the stronger the power. For low-level beast tamers, there isn't much difference in strength between them and their spirit beasts. But the further you get in cultivation, each level up is as hard as climbing to the sky. Low-rank beast tamers are very common on the mainland, though their status is a bit higher than ordinary people. They aren't anything special. Most people, due to talent and their spirit beast's bloodline, can only stay at low beast tamer ranks their whole life. For low-rank beast tamers, their main combat power comes from their spirit beasts. But for beast tamers in the later stages, the beast tamer's own ability alone is already extremely terrifying. Luo Shuyan in her past life relied on 2 SSS rank spirit beasts to finally become a generation's empress. Now that she's reborn, Luo Shuyan believes her achievements in this life will be even greater than her last life. Looking at the adorable Zhang Che in front of her, Luo Shuyan seemed to see a powerful divine beast, waiting to awaken. She also seemed to see her former powerful self, coming back to this world again. Unlike Luo Shuyan, who was full of ambition, Zhang Che scoffed at her words. Come on, training my ass. Isn't it better to just stay home and lie flat? Hearing what Luo Shuyan said, Zhang Che couldn't help rolling his eyes. In his past life, Zhang Che worked his ass off and got nothing in the end. He was also constantly exploited by his evil boss. Now that he's reborn, he just wants to lie flat with the system's help and enjoy his life as a beast. Going out to train and stuff sounds super cool, but you never know when you'll lose your life doing it. Zhang Che just wants to stay home properly. Lying flat is better. Going out to train is too dangerous. No way I'm doing that. Taking a deep breath, Luo Shuyan calmed herself down from her irritation and excitement. Her mind became peaceful, and she started a new cultivation session. In this life, she contracted a divine beast bloodline and started practicing the beast god art early. She has better resources and opportunities than her past life. She will definitely go further than she did last time. In this life, I will definitely defeat those powerful demon clans. The beast god art was circulating in her body with her past life experience. Even though Luo Shuyan just started cultivating in this life, she can circulate the technique extremely fast. In the air, wisps of spiritual energy is absorbed into Luo Shuyan's body. These tiny spiritual powers keep circulating through the meridians. The beast god art is really insanely powerful. The spiritual energy Luo Shuyan has gathered right now is way stronger than what she had in her past life. Plus, the art circulates much faster than before. This spiritual energy keeps nourishing Luo Shuyan's bones and meridians and strengthening her flesh and blood. Beast tamers mostly rely on their spirit beasts to gain advantage in the early stages, but the boosts brought by cultivation still put them far ahead of ordinary people. Zhang Che couldn't care less about this. He directly chose to lie flat and slack off. Anyway, he has the system with him. If he can just AFK grind directly, why the hell would he bother cultivating manually? As the system's AFK function activates, the beast god art automatically starts circulating in Zhang Che's body. He doesn't need to practice this overpowered art on his own at all. The system is really such a great thing. No wonder everyone calls this kind of thing a cheat code. Compared to the beast tamers in this world, having the system is literally cheating. The beast taming art keeps circulating in his body, even though it's run by the system's AFK mode. The cultivation speed is not slow at all. Zhang Che looks at the EXP on the system panel that is starting to pile up over time. It adds roughly 1 EXP per minute. For other spirit beasts, this speed is insanely fast. In his past life, Jiang Qi worked overtime non-stop. Pulling all-nighters was the norm for him. Now that he finally got reborn, Jiang Che is determined to make up for all the sleep he missed in his past life. Meanwhile, Luo Shuyan is fully immersed in cultivating her art. She even lost track of time. A few hours later, Luo Shuyan feels her body is much more condensed and solid than before. Her perception of the spiritual energy between heaven and earth has also improved a lot compared to before. She clenched her fists, and Luo Shuyan can clearly feel her strength has increased a lot from before, and her 5 senses compared to before have also gotten better. Though there hasn't been a qualitative leap yet, she can clearly feel her progress. Just as Luo Shuyan was getting excited, she subconsciously lowered her head to look at Jiang Che. She immediately flew into a rage. Xiaobai, what are you doing? Luo Shuyan didn't expect that while she was cultivating hard here, Zhang Che was actually fast asleep over there. And he was sleeping so soundly too. His fluffy little white body was lying flat on the bed, all 4 little paws splayed out everywhere. He looked really cute, to be honest, but Luo Shuyan couldn't laugh at all right now. Luo Shuyan's angry shout woke Zhang Che up from his deep sleep. He immediately turned over impatiently and grumbled unhappily, "Stop disturbing my sleep." Seeing Zhang Che act like this, Luo Shuyan got even angrier. "Xiaobai, get up right now. No sleeping. Hurry up and cultivate." "I am cultivating already," Zhang Che said with an innocent look on his face. Hearing that, Luo Shuyan let out a cold laugh immediately. In her eyes, Zhang Che was obviously lying through his teeth, but she just thought Jiang Che was naturally lazy, so she could only try to persuade him nicely. "Good boy, Xiaobai. Can you please cultivate properly? I'll make you delicious food." Zhang Che really couldn't stand it anymore. Luo Shuyan was cooing at him like he was a little kid. After all, he had the soul of a grown man. "Fine, fine. But I want to cultivate on you." Luo Shuyan sat cross-legged on the bed helplessly, put Jiang Che on her lap, and went back to cultivating. Jiang Che was feeling a little flustered inside right now. The thigh pillow he fantasized about countless times in his past life. He never expected that in this life. It would come true in such a weird way. Then he pretended to be cultivating seriously too. But once Luo Shuyan was fully immersed in cultivation again, Zhang Che immediately fell fast asleep again. Ding lying on the future Empress. Slacking off reward, 2500 EXP. Congratulations to the host for leveling up. Current level, level 12. Jiang Che was overjoyed, but the moment he opened his eyes, he saw Luo Shuyan's angry gaze. Xiaobai! Before Jiang Che could react, an angry shout suddenly rang out. Luo Shuyan glared fiercely at Jiang Che, grinding her teeth so hard they were about to shatter. Jiang Che subconsciously covered his ears, with a helpless look on his face. Even though Luo Shuyan was an empress in her past life, her yelling is still pretty ear-piercing. Heh heh ah! I actually was really cultivating, Jiang Che said somewhat helplessly, with the system. He didn't need to, like other beast tamers and spirit beasts, sit cross-legged there meditating boringly. Instead, Jiang Che just needs to wait for the system to add points automatically. Why force yourself to suffer unnecessarily? Besides, Luo Shuyan's legs are really long and springy. The second Jiang Che laid on them, he felt how extra soft they were. Smelling the nice fragrance around him, he unconsciously fell asleep. A big sister's lap pillow is the best pillow in the whole world. Who could possibly stay awake with that? Xiaobai, I saw it with my own eyes. How are you still making excuses? Looking at Jiang Che's innocent face, Luo Shuyan only felt disappointed. In her opinion, even though Jiang Che has divine beast bloodline, it's still in an unawakened state right now. If Jiang Che keeps being this lazy and slacking off even with that hidden divine beast bloodline, he'll never amount to anything in the end, let alone becoming a top powerhouse by then. I'm afraid he won't even be able to activate the divine beast bloodline. Luo Shuyan felt a little anxious for a moment. You have to understand, right now Jiang Che is just an F-rank spirit beast. The reason I signed a contract with Jiang Che is exactly for that hidden divine beast bloodline. But if Jiang Che can't activate his bloodline and isn't even willing to focus on cultivating, then even my dual talents are useless right now. With her current strength, she can't carry an F-rank spirit beast. Luo Shuyan felt a little down for a moment. She thought she'd have good luck after being reborn. She didn't expect she was being way too optimistic. You don't believe me. Seeing Luo Shuyan's disappointed look, Jiang Che felt really hurt. Xiaobai, you really let me down. Hearing Jiang Che was still lying, Luo Shuyan was extremely disappointed. She never thought the spirit beast she picked would be this useless. Don't even think about me making you good food tonight. Luo Shuyan took a deep breath and said through gritted teeth, seeing Luo Shuyan didn't believe him at all. Jiang Che could only shake his head helplessly. Looks like for the sake of tonight's dinner, I have to show a little bit of my strength. Jiang Che channeled his spiritual power and condensed the contract spirit seal. Seeing this, Luo Shuyan was confused. She had no idea what Jiang Che was up to, but she quickly condensed her own contract spirit seal too, and pressed her hand against Jiang Che's spirit seal. Two mysterious runes immediately started merging in midair. They are already in a contract relationship now. They can use this spirit seal merging method to sense each other's status. The confused Luo Shuyan, after sensing the changes in Jiang Che's body, immediately widened her eyes. Her mouth was so wide open that she could fit an entire egg inside it. She was so shocked she couldn't speak for a long time. After a long while, Luo Shuyan finally came to her senses and spoke slowly. You've already mastered the basics of the beast god art. That's impossible. Luo Shuyan cried out in shock. Her voice was full of disbelief. The beast god art was the top-tier peerless cultivation technique that Luo Shuyan obtained in her past life. Even as the empress back then, she thought this technique was extremely powerful. But correspondingly, such a powerful technique has an extremely high cultivation threshold. Even getting the hang of the basics is super hard. In her past life, Luo Shuyan had already started cultivating when she got this powerful technique. Even so, to master the basics of the beast god art, it still took her a full 2 weeks. But Luo Shuyan never expected, in such a short amount of time, Jiang Che had already grasped this technique and mastered the basics. That's literally impossible. Luo Shuyan couldn't wrap her head around it. How terrifyingly talented is Jiang Che exactly? You actually mastered the basics this fast. And you're already a second-rank spirit beast now. Wait, second-rank spirit beast? Luo Shuyan was shocked by Jiang Che again. Her voice went up several octaves. It was so loud Jiang Che subconsciously covered his ears. Jiang Che couldn't figure it out. Why do people yell at the top of their lungs when they get excited? Even empresses aren't exempt from that. Right now, Luo Shuyan was sitting frozen on the bed, staring down at Jiang Che, her expression completely dazed. Just now, Luo Shuyan thought she had made a mistake and contracted a lazy, good-for-nothing spirit beast. But she never expected this check would bring such a huge surprise. Not only had he mastered the basics of the beast god art, He'd even broken through to a higher realm. You have to understand, the reason Luo Shuyan mastered the beast god art so fast was entirely because of her past life experience. With all the knowledge she gained as an empress in her past life, she was able to master the basics this quickly. But she never expected Zhang Che, who tried the beast god technique for the first time, actually managed to cultivate so fast. Most importantly, he didn't just master the basics of the beast god technique. He even broke through his realm. You know what? The spirit beasts the academy provides for students to form contracts with are all below level 2. Otherwise, with the student's low cultivation level, if they want to successfully form a contract with a spirit beast, it's way too difficult. That's why they only use the lowest level of demon beasts. To ensure the success rate of students' contract formation, Luo Shuyan couldn't help swallowing and took a few deep breaths. It took her a while to calm down her excited and rapid breathing. So when he formed the contract with the spirit beast back then, Zhang Che wasn't even at level 1 cultivation yet. But in such a short time, he didn't just cultivate the beast god technique. He even successfully broke through to level 2. Luo Shuyan felt like the world was spinning around her, and her mind went blank. Happiness came way too suddenly, caught Luo Shuyan off guard for a moment. Xiaobai, how did you do that? Luo Shuyan was even stuttering a little when she spoke. Even though she was an empress in her past life, she found this unbelievable. Do what? The breakthrough, of course. The breakthrough. How did you make the breakthrough? You're already a level 2 spirit beast. Luo Shuyan was so excited for a moment that she picked Zhang Che up right away. Looking at the snow-white spirit beast in front of her, Luo Shuyan's beautiful eyes were full of surprise. She was really curious how Zhang Che did it. To cultivate so fast, hearing what she said, Zhang Che just shrugged his shoulders. Well, I just broke through while I was sleeping, of course. Is breaking through a realm that hard? You can improve your cultivation while sleeping. Are divine beasts really that overpowered? That's so unreasonable. Way too unreasonable. Luo Shuyan originally thought that as a reborn empress, and a dual talent holder for beast tamers, this kind of talent was already insanely good. But compared to this mysterious divine beast, it's still nothing. Right now, Zhang Che is only an F-level spirit beast. If he can activate his divine beast bloodline one day, Luo Shuyan can't imagine how powerful he will be. In such a short period of time, Zhang Che has already broken through to become a level 2 spirit beast. This speed is just insanely amazing. Most importantly, Zhang Che was sleeping the whole time. You can improve your cultivation just by sleeping every day. Who can you complain to about that? Even Luo Shuyan. Felt a little jealous right now. But then she quickly realized Zhang Che is her own contracted spirit beast. They benefit each other. If Zhang Che's cultivation improves faster than hers, she will get more benefits too. Thinking of this, Luo Shuyan felt relieved immediately and was over the moon. Who would have thought? The F-level spirit beast that everyone looks down on actually has a hidden divine beast bloodline. Hehe, Xiaobai, I didn't know you were so awesome. Sister's whole future is counting on you. Luo Shuyan's eyes were sparkling. Divine beasts are way too mysterious. Even when she was a D-level beast tamer in her past life, she had never come into contact with a divine beast. She never expected that after being reborn. These legendary divine beasts are actually this powerful. Luo Shuyan was just telling Zhang Che earlier that she would take him to travel across the continent. But now it looks like she'll be relying on Zhang Che to carry her. Seeing Luo Shuyan so excited, Zhang Che went back to the same posture he had earlier, looking super laid back. No problem at all. Just make sure I eat well, drink well, and get treated like a king. Heh, got it! I'll go cook right now. Luo Shuyan skipped all the way to the kitchen, looking super lively and cute. Looking at Luo Shuyan's back, Zhang Che raised his eyebrows slightly. This little girl in front of him looks no different from the girl next door. No one would guess she was a peerless empress in her past life. But this made Zhang Che feel at ease. After all, he was just a miserable office worker in his past life. If Luo Shuyan was really a scheming person who was good at imperial tactics, he probably wouldn't be able to outsmart her. 2 days passed quickly. Luo Shuyan held Zhang Che, who looked like a glutinous rice dumpling, and arrived at Shanghai Beast Tamer Academy. If you want to take the Academy's assessment, you have to go to the Academy to register the Beast Tamer's personal information and the spirit beast that will participate in the battle. Right after they signed the contract, Luo Shuyan was a little worried that signing the contract too late would affect this competition, but after seeing Zhang Che's amazing talent, Luo Shuyan didn't have a single worry left in her mind. Shuyan, I'm over here. Luo Shuyan looked toward the source of the sound and saw Lin Xuer standing right at the college entrance. They had agreed earlier to come register together. Seeing that Luo Shuyan was still only holding Zhang Che in her arms, Lin Xuer couldn't help frowning slightly. with a worried look on her face. Shuyan, are you really taking this little guy to the competition? Sure, he's super cute, but he looks totally harmless, no fighting power at all. Plus, he's only an F-class spirit beast. As Lin Shuer was talking, she freed one hand to tease Jiang Che. A tiny cutie like this, bringing him to the spirit beast fight. He's basically going to be a snack for other people's spirit beasts, feeling Jiang Che's soft and smooth fur. Lin Shuer shook her head. Jiang Che was so annoyed his face darkened immediately. You damn flat-chested idiot. You always talk trash about me first every time we meet. Jiang Che looked down, right at the silver fox in Lin Shuer's arms. A mischievous grin instantly spread across his face. They say you gotta consider the owner before beating a dog. Well, I'm beating your dog. Because of you, the owner. Little silver fox, blame your blabbermouth owner if you're mad. Jiang Che only released a tiny bit of his aura. The silver fox that was fast asleep in Lin Shuer's arms woke up with a jolt right away. The terrifying divine beast pressure coming from Jiang Che scared the fox so bad its limbs went limp, and its whole body was shaking nonstop. Ah Yin, what's wrong with you again? With the silver fox acting weird in her arms, Lin Shuer was really freaked out. She had no idea. The silver fox would have this weird unknown symptom again. That's so strange. He's totally fine every time we're at home. Why does he keep shaking as soon as he sees this little cutie? Do their personalities just clash or something? Lin Shuer looked totally confused and a little anxious at the same time. After the first time the silver fox acted up around Jiang Che, she took him to get a full checkup. And the vet said the silver fox was in perfect health. That left Lin Shuer really confused. She didn't expect that right when they met today. He'd be acting like this again. A faint smile flashed across Luo Shuyan's pretty eyes. Maybe my little Xiaobai is just super likable. Your silver fox is just happy to see him. That's why he's all excited. Luo Shuyan already knew exactly what was going on. She couldn't help curling the corners of her mouth slightly. Then she reached out and patted Jiang Che gently, signaling him to stop while he was ahead. Luo Shuyan also didn't expect. This little guy looked all cute and harmless, but he actually holds grudges really well. Sure enough, when Jiang Che withdrew his pressure, the silver fox stopped shaking right away. He just looked a little listless, and didn't dare look Jiang Che in the eyes. Just as Lin Shuer and Luo Shuyan were about to go inside, they suddenly heard a snarky yell from behind them. Well, if it isn't our Miss Luo, the campus belle. The two of them turned around, and saw a guy wearing designer clothes walking over. Behind him were a few bootlicker lackeys following him, leading a huge tiger-type spirit beast. The fierce tiger was super buff, looking really mighty and impressive. I heard our campus belle and genius Luo actually signed a contract with an F-class spirit beast. Skitsk, let me guess.
It's this little guy in your arms, isn't it?
The young man mocked with a playful sneer on his face. Luo Shuyan gave him a cold glance, then ignored him completely, and turned to walk toward the school gate. But two of the guy's lackeys ran right around and stood in front of them, blocking their path. Chen Ziji, what the hell do you want? Lin Shuer, standing beside, was furious. She immediately turned around and yelled angrily. Jiang Che, who was in Luo Shuyan's arms, heard the commotion, lifted his head to look at the young man in front. That one glance was all it took. Jiang Che burst out laughing right away. This guy in front looked like he was just begging for a beating. Back in Jiang Che's past life, this guy would be a total street punk, the kind that gets hauled in by cops for a chat. Jiang Che knew perfectly well, based on how these plots usually go. These guys in front of him, no surprise, are just here to give these lucky heroines free experience points, classic disposable villain extras. Usually people like them end up pretty. Chen Ziji heard Lin Shuer's angry yelling and immediately snorted coldly. Lin Shuer, I suggest you mind your own business. This has nothing to do with you. Go chill somewhere else. Get the hell out of my way. Chen Ziji was being super arrogant. He didn't care at all about the onlookers staring at him, after all, with his family background. Even if all the onlookers reported him to the college, it wouldn't do any good. Luo Shuyan, I've been pursuing you for 3 years, and you still keep turning me down. Now I, your young master, will give you one last chance. Be my woman, and I'll make sure you live a life of luxury. Otherwise, you're nothing but a loser who can only contract an F-class spirit beast. You'll wish you were dead for the rest of your life. As he finished speaking, Chen Ziji greedily ran his eyes over Luo Shuyan's body. The lust in his eyes was completely undisguised. Seeing Luo Shuyan frowning in thought, Chen Ziji thought she was scared. He immediately laughed even more arrogantly. Little did he know, Luo Shuyan was just lost in thought right now. Who is Chen Ziji? He's been chasing me for 3 years. Why don't I remember him at all? Luo Shuyan searched through her memories and found she had zero recollection of this guy. Besides, she came back from 50 years in the future. She'd long forgotten who this loser in front of her was. But it doesn't matter anyway. She's run into way too many losers like him. Luo Shuyan couldn't be bothered to remember. These no-name nobodies. It's a total waste of brain cells. Looking at the goons blocking her way, Luo Shuyan's expression turned icy. Get lost. Luo Shuyan's tone was ice-cold. It even carried a spine-chilling aura. As the former empress, even if she was reborn back to when she just contracted her spirit beast, she was still far above ordinary people. Those two goons instinctively took half a step back in fear from her aura. Even Chen Zijie behind them was slightly stunned. He quickly snapped back and mocked with a sneer. Wow, you've got some nerve, don't you? Luo Shuyan, don't tell me you still think you're the Academy's genius. Someone with A-class talent actually chose this useless F-class trash. You've wasted your talent and the Academy's training for nothing. The Academy teachers won't protect you anymore. As he spoke, Chen Zijie glanced at Jiang Che and Luo Shuyan's arms. The disdain on his face grew even stronger. He even let out a mocking snort. You plan to bring this little trash to the competition. Relax, Luo Shuyan. I'll do you a favor. I'll let my red flame fox enjoy this nice little meal. Oh wait, no. Your spirit beast isn't even worthy of being called a meal. It's not even enough to fit between my red flame tiger's teeth. As Chen Zijie spoke, he patted the huge tiger next to him. This fiery, red-patterned, ferocious beast is Chen Zijie's contracted A-class red flame tiger. This spirit beast is extremely powerful and is considered a top-tier spirit beast. Hearing Chen Zijie's mocking words, Luo Shuyan's gaze turned extremely cold. Her face grew serious, an unknown murderous aura gathering inside her. Luo Shuyan activated the beast god art inside her and was just about to make a move. When she remembered the agreement she made with Jiang Che, she was reborn to reach even greater heights. Not to waste time on thugs like these, she forcefully suppressed the rage in her heart, so she didn't attack. Even though Luo Shuyan could hold back from attacking, Jiang Che didn't care about that. After all, no one would pay attention to a little F-class spirit beast like him anyway. Since you look down on me, I'll show you why you shouldn't judge a beast by its appearance. Chen Zijie looked at the red flame tiger and saw its eyes were full of defiance. It even looked at him with a hint of contempt. Enough is enough. Even a saint would lose their temper. Jiang Che slightly released a bit of his own aura. When the red flame tiger sensed it, it immediately started shaking all over in fear. Out of sheer terror, the red flame tiger let out a loud roar. Jiang Che raised an eyebrow slightly. Looks like this red flame tiger's rank is pretty high, at least way higher than that silver fox's. Even though the red flame tiger was still terrified of Jiang Che, it wasn't so scared that it collapsed to the ground. Chen Zijie, who was standing next to the red flame tiger, was suddenly startled by the tiger's roar. He almost stumbled and fell over. The ill-tempered Chen Zijie immediately wanted to turn around and curse. But when he turned around and saw the red flame tiger's huge body, he could only swallow his anger. Chen Zijie suppressed his displeasure and patted the red flame tiger's huge head gently. Be good, red flame. We can't eat that guy right now. Wait till we get to the competition arena. Chen Zijie had no idea at all whether his spirit beast was scared out of its wits right now or just excited. Chen Zijie let out a cold sneer when he saw this. Since you can't get the hint, I'll help you out. Right then, a faint purple glint flashed across Jiang Che's eyes. This was exactly the skill he'd gotten earlier from the system. Eye of Terror. As the name suggests, the Eye of Terror releases immense pressure through the pupils to intimidate enemies. It's an insanely powerful divine offensive skill. Free stuff from the system is always top quality. The Blaze Tiger, which had just come to its senses, looked over toward Jiang Che's direction, only to see what looked like a prehistoric beast from ancient times. Right in front of it, even the Blaze Tiger, which was 2 meters tall, in front of that prehistoric beast, was no different from a soft little kitten. The fear rooted in its blood and soul made the Blaze Tiger unable to hold on any longer. Its whole body started shaking uncontrollably, letting out soft, whimpering sounds. Right at this moment, even Chen Zijie noticed something was off. The Blaze Tiger that was just fierce and mighty a second ago now looked like nothing more than a spooked, oversized house cat. More and more onlookers were gathering around. Chen Zijie's face was burning with embarrassment. He couldn't figure it out. What on earth was wrong with his Blaze Tiger? You have to know, his family specially prepared this ultimate spirit beast just for him. Its strength is no joke. Looking at the constantly whimpering Blaze Tiger, Chen Zijie was totally stumped for a moment. He could only walk forward, trying to pat the Blaze Tiger gently, to comfort it a little bit. Hiss! But what Chen Zijie never expected was that the second he got close to the Blaze Tiger, a stream of warm liquid suddenly hit his pant leg. Right after that, a strong smell of pee hit his nose. Chen Zijie screamed out loud immediately. He stumbled back several steps in a row. He even lost his balance and fell straight to the ground. This scared the crap out of his goons standing nearby. They hurried over to help him up. Jiang Che, who had just finished using the skill, looked at the collapsed blaze tiger in front of him and was a little dumbfounded for a second. No way, dude. You're such a big guy, and you got scared enough to pee already. Jiang Che never expected that the blaze tiger would be such a coward. He only used a tiny bit of power, and it actually got scared to the point of peeing itself. The onlookers couldn't hold it in any longer, and all burst out laughing. Chen Zijie has always been arrogant and domineering at the academy. He does whatever he wants, relying on his family's power, and doesn't respect any students or teachers. Now seeing this cocky young master, looking so embarrassed and pathetic, no one held back their laughter anymore. They all started jeering out loud. Hearing the mocking laughter around him, Chen Zijie was practically boiling with rage. Under everyone's gaze, Chen Zijie's entire face and neck were turning bright red super fast, seeing how embarrassed Chen Zijie looked. The few goons following him were terrified out of their wits. They fumbled around in a panic and lifted him up from the puddle of pee, but the blaze tiger was so big and strong that it peed a huge puddle. Chen Zijie had been standing right next to the blaze tiger earlier, so his entire lower half was soaked. After he fell to the ground, he looked even more disheveled and pathetic. His whole set of designer clothes now made him look like a beggar on the street. He was even worse off than a beggar. At least beggars don't reek of pee this bad. Looking at Chen Zijie's embarrassing state, Lin Shuer next to him was doubled over laughing. "Hey, Chen Zijie," she said. "This is the A-grade spirit beast you were bragging about. It's really something else, huh? Your spirit beast is just as rude as you are. It only knows how to pee everywhere in public. And you, as its owner, are so considerate that you even wanted to wipe its pee for it." Hearing what Lin Shuer said, even Luo Shuyan couldn't help chuckling. Chen Zijie at this moment was still completely stunned and frozen in place. He was the proud young master of the Chen family, and now he got peed all over by his own spirit beast. If this gets out, everyone in Zhanghai City will laugh their heads off at him, since they were right at the entrance of the academy. There were a lot of people coming and going. Now that there was a commotion here, even more people came over to watch the fun. Seeing more and more people witnessing his embarrassing state, Chen Zijie was filled with rage. The worst part was, the culprit of this whole mess was his own blaze tiger that peed out of nowhere. Chen Zijie couldn't even find someone to vent his anger on. After all, this spirit beast he worked so hard to contract, he couldn't just kill it. He originally wanted to take Luo Shuyan down a peg, but he ended up making a total fool of himself instead. "Luo Shuyan, I'm giving you one last chance. Think about it carefully. Don't force me to be harsh with you. Take the hard way, or else I'll make sure you end up miserably." Seeing more and more onlookers gathering around, after dropping that harsh threat, Chen Zijie took a few of his lackeys with him and left in disgrace with his spirit beast. Seeing Chen Zijie walk far away, Lin Shuer gradually wiped the smile off her face. "Shuyan, you have to be really careful, okay?" Chen Zijie's always been a petty guy. He suffered such a huge loss today and was utterly humiliated in public. You know how he holds grudges over every little thing. If you ask me, there's a good chance he'll do something extreme and stupid. Chen Zijie comes from a wealthy and powerful family in Zhanghai City. As for Luo Shuyan, she's just a regular student. What's worse, both of her parents passed away. She has no one to rely on at all. All these years, her livelihood has come from welfare and scholarships issued by the academy. Chen Zijie's spirit beast is the blazing extreme fire his family specially prepared for him. But Luo Shuyan can only afford the lowest level F-rank spirit beast on the market. It's a totally harmless little spirit beast too. That's the huge gap between the two of them. Given how Chen Zijie usually acts, Lin Shuer is really worried about Luo Shuyan's safety. "Xian, why don't you come stay at my house? Even if Chen Zijie is arrogant and domineering, he wouldn't dare cause trouble at my family's place." Lin Shuer is not the same as Luo Shuyan. Even though they're good friends, Lin Shuer also comes from a prominent, well-known clan. Her family background is way better than Luo Shuyan's. No comparison at all. "Don't worry, I'm fine." Luo Shuyan smiled and politely declined Lin Shuer. You see, Jiangshi has the bloodline of a divine beast, even though other people can't detect that. It's better to be safe than sorry. Who knows if these big clans have any special testing methods? The less trouble, the better. Besides, she doesn't plan on staying in Zhanghai City for long anyway. For other beast tamers, Zhanghai City might be big enough for them to make a living. But in Luo Shuyan's opinion, this place is way too small. Seeing how stubborn Luo Shuyan was being, Lin Shuer knew there was no point in trying to persuade her further, so she dropped it. and just reminded Luo Shuyan a few times about staying safe. With Chen Zijie's little interruption out of the way, Luo Shuyan finished registering her information really quickly. The academy teacher in charge of registration saw the completed form in Luo Shuyan's hand, looked extremely disappointed, like he was frustrated by her uselessness. What a total loser. You expect her to compete with you. You must still be half asleep. I'll give you one more chance. Fill out a new form and think it over carefully about what spirit beast you should bring to the competition. But after hearing what the teacher said, Luo Shuyan just shook her head firmly and handed over the completed form she was holding. Looking at Luo Shuyan's stubborn face, the teacher could only sigh helplessly in the end. After she finished registering and got home, Luo Shuyan put Jiang Che on the bed. I'm so sorry, Xiaobai. These people are too blind to recognize a real dragon. I made you suffer unfair treatment today. Jiang Che didn't care about any of this at all, as long as no one bothers him. He's happy just lying around doing nothing. All that sneering and sarcasm. He's been through way too much of that. It's nothing to him. Suddenly, Jiang Che thought about Chen Zijie from his past life. He's read countless web novels, so he knows we made an enemy of him today. This villain side character, Chen Zijie, will definitely keep pestering us for revenge. Oh right, next time we run into Chen Zijie, just kill him straight away. Luo Shuyan was stunned when she heard that. Why? Seeing the confused, stunned look on Luo Shuyan's face, Jiang Chu was instantly annoyed and speechless. And you call yourself a reborn person. Don't you know the rule? Strike first to gain the upper hand. Strike later and you'll be the one suffering. Since we've already got a grudge against him, of course we should eliminate the hidden danger ahead of time. Why would we wait for him to come to us and catch us off guard to kill us? All the plots in novels go like that. Even though the chosen one can always fix the problem in the end, they almost always suffer huge losses first. Either their parents or friends die as plot fodder, or the old master living inside them goes dormant. Jiang Che doesn't want to be the plot fodder that dies. Even though he loves sleeping, he doesn't want to fall asleep and never wake up. So the only option is to strike first. After hearing that, Luo Shuyan immediately thought it made perfect sense. But looking at Jiang Che's super cute appearance, saying such bloodthirsty things, the contrast was just way too big. Over the next few days, Luo Shuyan followed Jiang Che's advice and cut down on how often she went out. She spent most of her time focusing on cultivation instead. If it was anyone else giving her guidance, Luo Shuyan, who was an empress, in her past life would only find it ridiculous. But Jiang Che is a demon beast with hidden bloodline. Plus, after spending all this time together, Luo Shuyan realized the spirit beast she contracted is getting more and more mysterious. So mysterious that even she can't quite figure him out. According to what Jiang Che said, now that we've offended Chen Zijie, it's definitely going to bring a lot of trouble. But no matter how arrogant and domineering Chen Zijie is, he wouldn't dare break into Luo Shuyan's house to hurt people. So as long as we lay low and stay home most of the time, we'll be perfectly safe. So Luo Shuyan trains super intensely every single day. The Beast God technique circulates rapidly inside her body, as the reborn empress. Luo Shuyan trains even harder in this life than she did in her past one. She once stood at the peak of this entire continent, so she knows better than anyone how important strength is. Compared to Luo Shuyan, who's training like crazy day and night, Jiang Che has it way easier. All Jiang Che does every day is eat and drink. The rest of the time, he just lies on Luo Shuyan's lap and sleeps, hanging out with a beautiful woman every day. Life can't get any better than this, and his cultivation level keeps rising as time goes by. With the lying flat system, Jiang Che doesn't need to cultivate like other demon beasts at all. His experience points automatically increase on their own. Jiang Che's super comfy lifestyle really makes Luo Shuyan super jealous, even though she's lived 2 lives. Luo Shuyan has never seen anyone as overpowered as Jiang Che. He just eats, drinks, and sleeps all day and still keeps breaking through. Where do you even go to reason with that? The sun slowly rises from the horizon. Sunlight shines through the window and falls on both Luo Shuyan and Jiang Che. That golden red glow makes Luo Shuyan look like a fairy. Her eyelashes trembled slightly. Luo Shuyan slowly opened her eyes. A glint of golden light flashed across her dark pupils, like the radiance emitted by the rising sun. A hint of joy flashed across Luo Shuyan's face. This Beast God technique, she finally got the hang of cultivating it. In her past life, to cultivate the Beast God technique, Luo Shuyan spent a full half-month on it. This time, with the memories and experience from her past life, she only took a few days to succeed. Feeling the spiritual power constantly circulating in her body, Luo Shuyan slowly let out a breath of turbid air. After such a long time of hard cultivation, she finally made it back to the ranks of beast tamers. It's only the beginner level, but she's still a qualified beast tamer now. I've successfully broken through. Looks like I need to find some time to go to the Beast Tamer Association. The Beast Tamer Association is the most widely spread force in this world. It also has extremely strong power and very high authority. As long as you successfully break through and become an official Beast Tamer, even if it's the lowest rank, you can register your identity information at the Beast Tamer Association. With your identity as a Beast Tamer, every month you can go to the Beast Tamer Association to get some cash allowance for many low-level Beast Tamers with average talent and aptitude. The monthly allowance from the Beast Tamer Association makes up most of their living expenses. Not only that, you can also take on quests at the Beast Tamer Association to earn money or earn some cultivation resources. If you're traveling around the continent, if you have an official identity as a member of the Beast Tamer Association, it'll make things a lot more convenient. Now that I finally became a Beast Tamer, some of the secret manuals I cultivated in my past life, I can start cultivating them now too. A faint smile curved up on Luo Shuyan's lips after being reborn. Even though she has a lot of memories from her past life, her current body is still way too weak. Even if she has a lot of powerful weapons, Luo Shuyan can't use them at all. Luo Shuyan stretched lazily. Her great figure made Jiang Che couldn't help swallowing. After moving her muscles and bones, she pushed open the door and walked towards the backyard. Although Luo Shuyan's parents are both deceased, but before they passed away, they left her an old house. This old house is a bit run down, but luckily it covers a large area and also has a pretty big backyard. This backyard is exactly what Luo Shuyan uses to practice her martial skills. Standing in the middle of the backyard, Luo Shuyan adjusted her breathing. The beast god technique started circulating. Spiritual power kept surging inside her body. As the spiritual power circulated in Luo Shuyan's hands, they started emitting streaks of fiery red divine light. Then she moved at an extremely fast speed and formed a very mysterious hand seal. The complexity of this hand seal, even if teachers from Zhanghai College see it, they'd probably be totally shocked. No one else can even imagine that a junior beast tamer could pull off such a secret technique. At Luo Shuyan's soft shout, Huo Huangming released a surging, scorching aura from his body. Then a blue bird made entirely of flames appeared in the sky. As Luo Shuyan waved her hand, the flame bird immediately flapped its wings and darted out, slamming right into the backyard ground and leaving a huge crater. All the surrounding vegetation was burned to a crisp. Luo Shuyan's eyes lit up, and she nodded in satisfaction. At the junior beast tamer level, being able to cast such a powerful combat skill is absolutely unheard of. And this incredibly powerful secret technique was created by Luo Shuyan in her past life, after she comprehended it from the SSS class spirit beast. The undead fire phoenix's innate bloodline powers, through deep meditation. These two siblings are really hardworking. They'll definitely achieve great things in the future. Jiang Che was leaning against the window, watching Luo Shuyan cultivate diligently in the backyard, and couldn't help but praise her. But then he suddenly remembered Luo Shuyan was an empress in her past life. If she hadn't worked hard enough, Luo Shuyan, who had no family background at all, how could she have cultivated to the peak realm? He went back to bed. Jiang Che focused his mind, and on his tiny paw, a huge gold brick suddenly appeared. Looking at this giant gold brick, Jiang Che's eyes were practically sparkling. This was something he'd dreamed of owning in his past life. But the one he's holding now is no ordinary gold brick. He got it last night while lying in Luo Shuyan's arms. As a reward for lazing around all night, Jiang Che instinctively took a bite of the gold brick. He almost broke his teeth doing it, but the gold brick was still completely intact, not even a single tooth mark on it. Killing Seal is extremely heavy and powerful, and unbelievably hard. It can grow rapidly once you inject spiritual power into it. Hitting an enemy with it can temporarily block their spiritual power flow. In a daze, Jiang Che seemed to see a mountain-sized giant seal floating in the sky. Its terrifying pressure makes no one dare to fight against it. Jiang Che weighed the Killing Seal in his hand and felt that it was incredibly sturdy. After reading the introduction of the Killing Seal, Jiang Che couldn't help snickering. Isn't this just a heaven-overturning seal with a built-in silence skill? It's perfect for robbing enemies, and an essential magic item for traveling the martial world. Early in the morning, Jiang Che's two paws were resting gently on a soft mound, clinging to the Empress's body. Lying flat reward, 1 drop of Keelan True Blood. Jiang Che, who was fast asleep on Luo Shuyan's body, jolted awake immediately when he heard the sound, and woke up completely in no time. No way, it's Keelan True Blood again. Jiang Che's eyes lit up again. He thought the system would only give him 1 drop of Keelan True Blood and that'd be it. After all, Keelan are divine beasts. Their essence blood is extremely precious. He never thought it'd be a recurring reward. In just a few days, he got another drop. Heh, Luo Shuyan really is a reborn empress. Just staying by her side boosts your luck a lot. Jiang Che looked up and found that Luo Shuyan was still fast asleep. He poked her gently with his two little paws. Then Jiang Che swallowed and climbed off of Luo Shuyan's body. Without wasting any time, Jiang Che immediately started to fuse with the newly obtained drop of Qilin true blood. He now understands this world isn't as peaceful as his past life was. Even though Jiang Qi only wants to laze around in this life, the prerequisite for lazing around in this kind of world is having strong enough power. Otherwise, even the leftover shockwave from a fight between strong people would probably be enough to kill him instantly. As Jiang Che focused his mind again, that drop of purple Qilin true blood floated up into midair once more. In an instant, the whole room turned purple. However, it seems the Qilin true blood is restricted by the system. Even though its pressure is extremely powerful, Luo Shuyan, who was fast asleep on the bed, wasn't woken up at all. Jiang Che breathed a small sigh of relief when he saw this. If Luo Shuyan woke up and saw him fusing Qilin true blood, it'd be really hard to explain. The drop of Qilin true blood in midair was just like before. You could still see inside the blood a purple Qilin roaring non-stop. Even though it's just a single drop of blood, its terrifying pressure is enough to make all living creatures in the world kneel in submission. The Qilin true blood, rewarded by the system, causes no rejection reaction at all. It directly merged into Jiang Che's body. In an instant, the originally snow-white fur on Jiang Che's body was tinged with a layer of purple glow like rosy clouds. The same majestic blood energy as before was surging wildly inside Jiang Qi's body. That powerful Qilin bloodline kept nourishing his meridians and flesh. This made Jiang Qi's body, which had already been greatly improved, undergo another huge transformation. His bones became much tougher. His flesh and blood became more condensed. His meridians were also directly widened several times. And just as Jiang Qi expected, the excruciating pain of refining the blood essence was still exactly the same as before. Jiang Che felt like he was about to be torn apart. Luckily, he had the system's support. This pain vanished in the blink of an eye. Jiang She now understands what is meant by one thought to heaven, one thought to hell. The purple halo faded away. The whole room returned to quiet again. Jiang She also went back to his original appearance. Although his appearance didn't change, his insides had already been completely reborn. Ding! Congratulations to the host for leveling up. Current level, level 13. Name, Jiang Che. Level 13, 100, 1000. Bloodline, F grade Qilin, 10%. Skill, Nether Swift Step.